News this morning. New this morning, U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is in Tokyo today. This is part of his first official visit to Asia. His meeting with the Japanese foreign minister and the prime minister. It's a busy few days for Tillerson, who will head to South Korea next before wrapping up his trip in China. All these meetings will most likely share a major topic, the growing threat of North Korea. President Trump is once again vowing to take his immigration and travel order fight to the Supreme Court. This comes after a federal judge in Hawaii issued a temporary restraining order against key parts of that order.
The fact that there was such great pains to make the language more neutral, it actually showed that they were trying even harder to mask what was a religious animus.
The Justice Department quickly blasted the ruling as, quote, flawed both in reasoning and in scope, adding the administration will continue to defend the executive order in the courts. Next to Hawaii, more than half a dozen other states are also challenging the order. This morning, KBOI 2 News has an exclusive interview with President Trump. He spoke to a reporter from our sister station in Michigan, talking about his leaked 1040 tax form and his thoughts on improving the economy. KBOI 2's Nick Minnick has that story.
Your 2005 federal taxes were leaked to the mainstream news. Your reaction to that, sir?
Well, first of all, it's illegal to do it. But I just think it's so disgusting when people can take a tax return, which is supposed to be almost sacred, and just release it like it's nothing. I think it's a terrible thing. In the meantime, I paid a lot of tax. I paid $38 million in tax. That doesn't include sales taxes and real estate taxes and lots of other taxes, don't forget. But I paid a lot of tax, and I employed a lot of people, and I, made money.
Right now, China is the largest manufacturer in the world. So how does Michigan, how does the United States really build the rebirth of the auto industry, specifically here in the Midwest?
Well, we're coming back, Nick. We're coming back big league. As you know, what's happening in Michigan. Ford's coming back. General Motors coming back. They're stopping largely with other plants in other countries. I won't go specific as to the countries, but they're coming back with plants. Big league over here. Ford's going to be announcing an expansion today. General Motors is announcing an expansion. Fiat is coming in.
And when you meet with these auto executives, what tone are you going to take in this meeting?
Well, I think it's a very nice tone. I mean, I'm going to help them. I'm going to help them on a mission. I'm going to help them on fuel. I'm going to help them on things that they need help on because they can't meet the standard. There's no way they can do it. You can only do so much. You can only get so much out of a grape, is the expression. So I'm going to help them, but they're going to help me. Because if I help them, they're going to open up factories and they're going to create jobs. And if they're not going to do that, I'm not helping them. I want them back in Michigan, and we're going to make it real easy for them to come back. But if they want to leave and fire all their people and they're going to build cars and then sell them back into the United States with no tax, those days are over. If they want to build in another state, they can do in another country. They can do that. But when that car is manufactured, they're not selling that car back into this country without paying a price. And that's going to keep the car companies here.
And tonight on KBOI 2 News at 10 o'clock, we'll show you more segments of that interview. That includes Trump's take on health care and the difference between being a businessman and the president. New this morning, a section of railway in northern Idaho is closed right now after a train derailment near Bonner's Ferry. Take a look here. Boundary County deputies say soft soil and the vibrations from that train caused the tracks to sink. 4 rail cars slid down the hill, 8 cars tipped over. The cars were carrying grain. No word on any injuries.